What's up, everyone? In this episode, we talk about, should I go to graphic design school? Well, should I go to design school? I actually went to design school. I went to the Art Institute of Atlanta. I was there for about 2 years, where I actually got my associates in graphic design. Now, the question really is, should I go to graphic design school or not? Well, it really depends on your level of skill and your level of talent. Now, it is 2016, so the rules have actually changed a little bit within the industry, where we have multiple sites where people are showcasing their talents. Sites like Behance and those sites, all the serve sites that are all under that umbrella as well. That's usually like the hub. Recently, obviously, it was bought out by Adobe, but now we have access to literally talent from all over the world. So now we know, okay, well, is this going to be, should I go to school? Should I not go to school? Can school help you? Absolutely it can. So when I went to school, it definitely helped me. I know that from a basic principle standpoint, when we want to talk about the design basics and the actual platform of design, of creativity, of learning the actual principles of graphic design itself. Now, they'll cover things, everything. Well, when I was in, we went really heavy on the print side. So then we talked about the printing press, the different types of formatting your prints. We talked about gravure printing. We talked about offset lithography. We talked about digital printing. We talked about screen printing. And those were the main categories we actually ended up covering. But now, as you can tell, how everything is actually moving to digital and we're moving more away from print, then we're actually going into, we're talking about file sizes, and then we're talking about obviously raster images and how they actually affect the screen more than vector. And then obviously we're talking about PNG files and JPEG files, as well as GIFs. So I would imagine that now that in this area of graphic design, that those factors would be highly intensified on those two. It might actually boost up your overall price because there's so much more information that we have to learn now, and obviously creating graphics within those spectrums. So if you're going to go to school, what I would highly recommend is actually doing your research first and look around different schools, look at the programs, look at the results that the students are getting, ask people who've actually went to school and what they thought and how they felt about it, about what they would change, or most importantly, what they would do differently before they actually graduated. Would they do anything different that would actually help them, or would they spend more time studying more, or would they party more, or would they have gone to a different school, would they have chosen a different major, would they have decided to get their master's versus just their bachelor's. So really do your homework, really do your research, and understand exactly what it is, that get different perspectives and get different opinions. But in the end, you want to follow your gut. You want to go with your gut instinct. Ask yourself, what do I want to know? Who do I want to become? Where do I see this going in the foreseeable future? And then making your decision from there. Now, I know when you're choosing a school, we're trying to figure out if I should go. You also definitely want to look at the chances of you actually being employed, or do you want to go freelance? Those are other two factors that you want to take into play. Do I want to work for somebody else, or do I just want some people to go freelance altogether? Now, it would be advisable to actually do both. Work with somebody first. If you can get an intern while you're in school, that'd be great. Always get a paid intern. Always get a paid intern. You should not be working for free for anybody. If they want you to hand off work to you if the art director or the creative director wants to go ahead and save time and pass off the work to you, then you need to be paid for it. That's hands down. If you're working, unless you are working for a graphic design legend such as Milton Glaser, or even well, I can't say Paul Rand because he's not here anymore, but or Stefan Stagmeister. If you're working for Stagmeister and Walsh, then obviously there is going to be leverage. You'll be able to leverage the opportunity based on that, the firm's or the designer's reputation. However, if you're working for a larger firm and they say, hey, we want you to work for free, you know, it's great for your exposure, for your portfolio, see if you can get some kind of pay. Anything, even if it's $6 an hour, it's still income that's coming in for the time. So they'll value your time, so obviously you should be getting paid for it. But there are all kinds of wonderful schools. There are schools that you can actually go to on campus. There are schools that you can go to online. It's really depending on what you prefer best. Now, I would recommend probably going to a physical school because then you have immediate access to the instructors. You're able to sit with them one-on-one. You get to learn their personality. They'll get to learn yours. You get to collaborate and actually meet other students who either have been on the same career track as yours, or you're actually finding people in other fields that you can actually collaborate with. I know you'll meet another photographer, or you might meet a writer, or an illustrator, or an animator, and these people can actually inspire you and give you new ideas and new perspectives creatively that you can actually be valuable to your arsenal. For example, if you are a graphic designer, or you're going to school for graphic design, and you meet someone who's actually majoring in, we'll say, I don't know, advertising, they might be able to give you a perspective as far as photography or simplicity is concerned when selecting images, or even making certain advanced adjustments to images within the compositions of your designs. So you just never really know how it's going to help. However, you just have to just take it in stride and do what you can. Learn as much as possible. One of the key things that I learned while I was in school was how to learn. That's probably the single most valuable thing that I learned while I was there, while I was at the Art Institute, was how to learn. Each instructor has a different methodology, they have a different system, they have a different process of actually learning information. And if you can understand their different learning processes by actually doing the work and looking at the curriculums, and usually sometimes they'll have you creating a portfolio, or they'll give you a class syllabus which kind of outlines what they're going to cover and you know what you're going to study, what you have to read. Once you pay attention to that part, especially because when you graduate, you want to keep that habit going. You want to keep learning. And what's great about that is that now you're no longer structured into specific classes that you have to learn. Now you can take that same system of learning and then you can apply that to anything that suits your fancy, or anything that the industry you may feel maybe headed toward. Like right now, everything is actually being ramped up and really geared toward 3D. 3D is about to become huge, or virtual reality, I should say. Virtual reality is about to become huge. It's already getting ready to blow up in the gaming industry. It already has blown up in the gaming industry, but it's actually about to get a lot larger because now everything's becoming affordable. It's converting to consoles. So even I have to find ways to leverage and learn about virtual reality and use that in my designs. So that's another step for me, but it's not really a challenge. I see that as an opportunity to learn and to grow and to use whatever talents that I have to add value in that realm, where the attention is definitely gonna be mainstream here within the next 2 months. It's just gonna blow up. So there are a lot of things in that respect. But anyhow, if you have any questions about the school to go to, about where should I go, what should I major in, feel free to go ahead and please leave your comments below. And if you have any questions, you can send your emails to giftboxcreative@gmail.com. We probably need to get something down here at the bottom here where we can definitely have that. But anyhow, if you haven't, subscribe below. And I look forward to talking to you guys soon. Thank you for watching. Also, don't forget to follow on Snapchat and Instagram and on Facebook, all under Giftbox Creative. All the peeps on YouTube, Thank you for tuning in, and I look forward to talking to you all again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.